What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? First, what it do? What it do? What it do? Hold on, let's see.
With Amazon Music Unlimited, you can play all your favorite songs on demand.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's cracking? What's
Song after
cracking?
song with no ads in between. New
Michael,
customers
what's
can try
poppin'?
it free
Cassandra,
for
what's
30 days.
poppin'?
Renews automatically for as little as
Shonda,
$5.99 a month.
Shonda,
To
what's
get started,
poppin'?
just say Alexa,
Laura,
start
what's
Amazon
poppin'?
Music
It's a
Unlimited.
great day. It's a great day.
Ever notice that everyone always wants more of a
It's a
good
great day.
thing?
How y'all doing today?
Rewards, more savings,
Today
more special
Wednesday, right?
offers? Well, when you become a new member of the Fuel
I don't know,
Rewards
bro.
program at Shell,
I don't
that's
really know on the
exactly where
days.
you
It's
go.
Wednesday or Tuesday. It's
Join
one
today
of
to
them.
save 10 cents per gallon on your first
It's
bill,
one of
20
them.
cents on the second, and 30 cents on the third. Then enjoy
Love the info you bring to. Oh yeah, today. Oh okay, yesterday was Tuesday. Today about to be even better. Shonda, today about to be even better. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Salute to you, Scene 027. Salute to you. Tuesday in Cali. Oh, they Tuesday? Damn, my bad. I thought it was Wednesday. I thought it was Wednesday, dog. Got me a little plate right here. Got me a little plate right there. You know, but we go chop it up. I just finished working out today. I ain't gonna lie, I got a shower after this live. But I said, let me go live before I forget what's on my mind. You know, glad to catch you live again. I got y'all. Today about to be a great live. Like, something came across my mind today. It's about to be a great live. But Alexa, pause. So today I was working out and I was just, okay, first of all, today I started, and for a lot of you don't know what semen retention is, it's not like celibacy, but it's kind of tougher. You know, it's where men don't have sex, uh, and we don't pleasure ourselves. You know, we don't watch porn. You know, so I started that August the 1st. You know, that's when I started that journey. So today I was working out and I was thinking, I was like, damn, the music you listen to can really affect your mood. And that's what it is, bruh. It's deeper than people committing crimes, people having mental issues. It's the music. This shit is like that movie, They Clone Tyrone. If you saw that movie on Netflix, it's called They Clone Tyrone. Go watch that movie. This shit deeper than the black community committing crime. Everything was all by this shit, all by design. And you know how you think of something, and on TikTok, okay, the way you thinking, and somebody told me what it is. These apps, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they can read your brain waves. Somebody told me that, I think on a live or something. I don't know. Somebody told me that these apps can read your brain waves, so they know what you thinking. So, you know, after I worked out, I fixed me some food and I sat down and I saw a video today. I'm gonna play for y'all. I'm gonna play multiple videos for y'all, but I saw a video and it confirmed everything I was saying. And this gonna help y'all out also in y'all life, you know? I heard this as well, frequencies. Yeah. And it's crazy. I was thinking about it and I opened TikTok and the first video I saw was what I was thinking. But somebody told me that these apps can read your brain waves. So that's why you can think of something, or let's say you got a headache. And next thing you see, you scrolling and you see an Advil about you know, you see something about medicine. They can read your brain waves, bro. That's what it is. Is the opposite. You tell the algorithm what you're thinking without even realizing it, then it feeds you. Yeah, it feeds it back to you. And you don't have to tell them. Like, you could just think it. You could just think it. Like, let's say you going through a breakup or something. You go on TikTok, all your content gonna be about you know, heartbroken. I'm telling you, they can now read your brain waves, bro. What's popping? What's down? most hated, always support and appreciate you. They can now read your brain waves. So that's why I'm always telling y'all it's deeper than our community, bruh. These people got certain tactics they use to have, our people killing our people. It's certain tactics they use. If you saw the movie, They Clone Tyrone, you will understand what I'm talking about. You gotta go watch that movie. It's on Netflix, I think. I think it's still on there. It's called They Clone Tyrone. So they know the frequency they gotta add to the music to get somebody to kill somebody. They know just the right frequency to get you to be hooked on drugs, to think that you need weed every day. You don't like, and look, I'm not knocking nobody who smoke weed and stuff like that. But when you really start fasting, you will get a natural high. You get a natural ultimate high. You don't need the weed. But to my people who smoke, look, I'm not knocking y'all. I'm not knocking y'all. I'm not knocking you at all. Because I'm not perfect or whatever. But I'm just saying, when you fast from something in life that has control over you, you actually have a natural high that weed can't even match. Especially today's weed. This bum ass weed they get, bruh. This bum ass weed they got today, it's trash. We have you paranoid, have you peeping out your out your door, bruh. This bum ass weed, bruh. I ain't gonna cap. If you and look, I'm not knocking nobody who get weed from dispensaries and stuff. I'm not knocking nobody, bruh, because we far from perfect. I'm just letting you know because sometimes we can get too deep in. And we know better, but we don't do better. But if you trust this government weed, bruh, you brave as a motherfucker. If you trust this government weed, you are a brave ass person. You think they gonna give you something to make you feel good, to make you think. Like, let's be real. If you're not growing your own weed, you gotta be careful. You really gotta be careful. If you're not growing your own weed, you really have to be careful, bruh. Cause they not gonna give you anything to make you really start thinking. 2 months sober, 1 month sober from nicotine. Let's go. See, I love to hear that shit because having addictions is not easy to get. It's every day is a battle. Very careful. Yeah, every day is a. So that's why I say if you bored in life, look, this is what I learned. This is what I'm learning on this journey. If you bored in life, it's probably because you're doing the same thing over. Uh, you just doing the same thing over. But once you start fasting from something, it makes life fun. Every day is a challenge. What's popping, Isaiah? What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? Wireless Sunday, always supporting. But yeah, if you bored in life, if you feel stuck in life, this is what I learned. Start fasting from something that has control over you. And watch, every day gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun because every day it's a challenge. You gonna be at work, okay, do I need a cigarette? I really need one, but you know what? I'm not gonna do it. And you gonna start unlocking new versions of yourself because you didn't grab that cigarette. It's gonna make every day, it's gonna make every day fun because you gonna start learning new things. Like that's what I'm learning on my journey. Because like I say, I took this journey when I was 32 years old. You know, I took it serious, but my mind still had control over me. But at 35, I got control over my mind now. You know, but I'm learning, bruh. It's through the music, man. It's through the music, dog. It's the music, and I'm about to play a video for y'all. So it's a challenge that I'm about to start, and maybe y'all can start it too. Because one thing I can say, growing up in New Orleans, growing up in Louisiana, like our music has always been upbeat, like Zydeco, jazz music. It's always been like a upbeat dance. Like we still dance. Like you go to all these other states, people be in the club. It depends on what clubs you go to, but they be in the club just standing around. Like you go to Atlanta, people just standing. The old Atlanta, the old ATL, people was dancing. But now you go there now, people just standing. But one thing about Louisiana, You come to the, especially you go down like places like Lafayette, New Orleans, bruh, people dancing. From the time from the time they get into the door to the time they leave, they dancing, bruh. I promise you. If you from Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, like tell me I'm lying. Just tell me I'm lying. You go dance, bruh. You go work out going to the club in 2025. People want to live out an image with today. Exactly. It's just a fake image. They don't really be like it's a fake image, you know. But I'm learning it's through the music. So like once you leave from Louisiana and you move to different states, you sometimes you get away from your music. So you get away from the jazz music you grew up to. You get away from the zydeco music. You get away from all that music, you know, not all the way, but for the most part. And you start listening to, you know, like the modern day rap and stuff like that. But on some real shit, bro, you come here, bro. We don't listen to what people listen to in other states in Louisiana. It don't go down like that. It just don't. What's popular in this state, it's not, you know, because we have dances to go with our songs. Jubilee, facts. Definitely, your mind vibes matter. True, that's a fact. Turn a random corner in New Orleans, everything shake. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. You know, so you go get a workout, and that dancing is a form of stress. Like so when you see twerking in New Orleans, people think it's like they twerking, shaking. They no, that's letting go of bad energy. That's all it is. See, the world took it and sexualized it. In New Orleans, twerking and you know all that stuff, bounce music, that wasn't sexual. That was to let go of bad energy. But the world, you know, came and copied New Orleans sound, and they turned it into something sexual. Drake came down here and turned that shit to something sexual. It's not sexual, bro, at all. Just because you see a girl twerking, like from New Orleans, or you know, bounce, all that stuff, it's not sexual at all, man. That's just to release. Because you gotta think about it. When you not dancing, you just going to work, your body is tense. You stressed out. But once you go out and dance, have a good time, how you feel after that? You feel good. Woke up this morning, tears in my eyes, thinking about they made it explicit. Yeah, they made it explicit. You know, they made everything sexual, but it wasn't meant to be sexual. You know, the world inverse. They do. Wallace, hey, I appreciate that 10. Thank you for that 10. But we about to go in. I'm telling you. So, like I said, music controls everything. So sometimes you're wondering why you depressed, you wonder why you sad, you wonder why you stressed out, you wonder why you got smoke every day. It's because of the music you listening to. And you might not even be listening to it. It might be just playing in the background and your subconscious is taking it in. The Wallace bounce was lit around the valley like salad air. Bruh, I'm telling you. And like I say, people, like you see girls shaking their butts or whatever to bounce music, and people thought that that was it's not sexual, dog. That was to release bad energy. Like I say, the world, you know. But let's go, man. Let's play this video.
Here is the 2 week update of me brainwashing myself. I've just been listening to classical and jazz music, only just to see how my mental changes and everything else in my life. I feel like this genre of music has definitely influenced me to romanticize my life a lot more, and that just means I'm like dilly dallying a lot more. I'm connecting with nature a lot more, as well as prioritizing a lot more comfort into my life. I do feel like before these 2 weeks, I did have more of a mental cloud, and I just feel like my spirit and mental was just so clouded, and that was just me not being cautious of who and what I'm listening to on the regular basis. And I'm here to tell you that what you listen to on the regular basis will influence you in your mood and your frequencies. Like it's not a lie. Like I'm living proof. I also realized in these 2 weeks that music also influences what you bring into your life as well. For example, if you guys have been following me for a while, then you know that I just got laid off back in June. And I told myself I'm not working corporate job again. I hope I don't have to again. And if I was to work another job, then I work in the service industry. And within these 2 weeks of me listening to this music, I feel like a bit of manifestation has happened, and I have brought certain situations into my life. I got the opportunity to work at an EDM and house music club. And if you know anything about EDM and house music, it's another genre where, no words are really involved. It's just up.
So, if you from, I think DC or Chicago, like what is? Cause I heard about house music, but did some of y'all grow up listen to house music? Cause I think that's popular in like Chicago, and her channel is the Dime Jackson. But this a nice, like this a great topic, man, because what you listen to is important. Okay, yes, I did. Okay, okay. And is it like a? Does it give you like that upbeat, positive feeling? Spiritual Eye said yes. Laura said I did. Okay, okay. Definitely, yes. Okay, okay. I'm gonna start listening to that then, because I never knew about house music, and I think it's like in Chicago. Really, I don't know what other states, but I remember people saying house music was popular in Chicago. I did it in San Francisco as a youngster, but yes, house is birthed in Chicago. Okay, cool, cool. Okay, okay. I'm gonna put that in my playlist, man. Cause it's really time to change the music we listen to, man. Because these people then came in and infiltrated our hip hop just to get paid and talk about their lifestyle. We don't want to hear about your lifestyle, dog. I don't want to hear about the girls you sleeping with. Like, why would I want to hear about what women you sleeping with? Like, I don't want to hear about your lifestyle. It's a fun dance. Okay, okay. I like old school music. Hey, me too, me too. Changes your mood for sure. Upbeat. Frankie Knuckles. Okay, let me screenshot that. Appreciate that. Frankie Knuckles. Growing up listening to the Bars, Roger and Zapp. Yep, Edward. Pretty much. Yes, we do need to change. Yeah, we do. I'm a country boy. The blues is it. Yep. The songs are funny, and the new younger cats really stepping up. Oh, they are, man. They are. And one thing I can say about the blues is you can really learn from other people's mistakes. Like when you young, it's just music to you. You just dancing to it. But as you get older, you like, God damn, I've been through that. So that's the thing about the blues. Like you can actually learn from what they talking about. It's actually life situations you can actually learn from, or you went through them, and you connect with other people who went through that. It's life lessons. But with this new rap shit, bro, it's no life lessons. It's nothing you like. You can't connect with it. Like once you hit your 30s, bro, you ain't doing none of that shit. Them niggas talking about. You ain't doing none of that shit, and they probably not doing it. But these record labels, to make the money, what they go do? They go put that They go put that music out, and that frequency is gonna travel to our neighborhoods, and that's why you see what you see. It's because of the music, bro. And they know this. They know this. But they on the news acting like they don't know this. All for that dollar, bro. I bet you if they started changing up the music and the vibes change, like in the early 2000s, bro, we had nothing but mostly R&B stuff, Trey songs, and we had stuff like that about women. We going to parties and we just dancing. Now we had a few fights and stuff like that, but it was mostly we trying to find some girls. Let me see. Okay. Saying rap be having me wanting to smoke. I'm telling you, bro. And look, we not perfect. Like today, when I was thinking about this, I was listening to Ride 49. But I thought about this shit. I'm like, man, I need something new to listen to. That's why I told myself. And then I ran across this video. Vanessa Williams' daughter has a great house album. Okay, man, look at this. See, that's why I love going live. I appreciate y'all. Vanessa Williams' daughter. Okay, I'm gonna listen to that. New York, New Jersey house club music, 1980s Gen X house music. Okay, another day of screenshots. Let's go. Facts. That part, I was listening to I Was Born by the River last night. I felt it. I'm telling you, man. You can feel that old school music. Brooke Benton is one of my favorite singers. Y'all gonna have me screenshotting all day. You are definitely speaking facts. Many documentaries have been done on this subject, and the music, the urban music, is designed. Thelma Houston, facts. People only do what we allow. Exactly, funky. Yeah, that's facts. That's why I had to speak on this because you got so many people talking about the black community, this black community, that. But you have to know where this is coming from. And I like what Funky said. She said they can only do what we allow them to do. So I feel like when people, as content creators, we have to start putting out more content like this because you never know who might hear this. You never know what rapper might hear, a live like this or whatever. And they say, you know what? Let me start putting some live music. They took away the live bands. And that's one thing I love about New Orleans. Like you can walk outside. I'm telling you, you can walk outside, and go make some groceries, and it could be 10 in the morning. Guess what you go hear? You go hear somebody playing the saxophone. It might not be, crazy loud, but they'll be playing the saxophone. Like it's just always music, and not just any type of music. Wait, hey, Calvin, I agree. I agree, Calvin. People, okay, right. When was the last good slow song? Exactly, man. Like I grew up on that Trey songs. I grew up on that what's dude name? Miguel. We had nothing but the songs, man. And around like 2010, bruh, that's when shit started to fall apart, bruh. Before 2010, we had all the dancing with the girls in the club songs, man. That's all we was doing. Like it was about 6, 7 of us. We go to the club, we skip the line, and we all break apart. We come back together later on that night. But the whole time we dancing. That's one thing about Louisiana though. You go dance, bro. Ain't no going to the club and standing up looking cute. No. The drug dealers in there dancing. The murderers in there dancing. I hate to say it, but it's true. I want to just stop scrolling the air on. It's the music, man. I need y'all to go watch that movie and go watch it again if you watched it one time. You gotta watch it twice or 3 times. Go watch the movie They Clone Tyrone on Netflix. And it's gonna show you how music controls everything. Music controls everything. Why you think they had to do Nina Simone the way they did her? Everybody knew. See, Nina Simone wasn't just no average artist. She didn't kiss ass. She really spoke up for her people and put out some real music. Old school rappers let you know what was going on exactly. And it feel like people like Drake and stuff, they rap to keep you dumb. That's what it is. These days, it's like they rap to keep you dumb and not think about what's going on. They want you to escape all the time. It's like they want you to escape all the time. The walls has changed because of the mayor. Facts. It's more than the mayor though. Facts. Those pale folks think they run. Man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh yeah, OJ's whispers. That's facts. Calvin. True. Real music. Yeah, Nike. I agree. There was okay. Music or magic spells. True. Music controls frequencies. True. Outkast was one of my because man, at first I didn't like. See, when you young, you see Outkast and you're not from like Atlanta, you like what the fuck. But as you get older, you like these dudes was on a whole different level. Like they was on a whole different frequency, dog. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like they music videos was deep. Like everything about Outkast, they had a meaning to their music. It had a meaning to it. They music videos, they had meaning to it. And I'm just learning that. Remember those days we were part of the destruction of the black family. The music industry was never good. Never. Nope. The ones who do make real music with message and meaning, they sadly hardly get support. I know many artists. Hey, we gotta change that too. We gotta start. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start promoting the rappers that actually have to say something, bro. Because this rap now, bro, it's only good for a weekend. Then you get to Monday, you like, bro, this shit garbage. Like garbage, bro. It only lasts for 2 days. It's like quick. It's like a quick fix. Then you like, damn, I gotta go back to the 90s. I gotta go back to the 70s. Booty shaking music is what, yeah. That's all they play. Like, and nothing. We like that when we go to the club, but still, we don't just want to hear music that has no meaning, bruh. 24/7. But they dumbed our people down. So this is why I had to make this video. But let's carry on. What's popping, Q?
Instrumental music, tech music, in a sense, and it's just a higher frequency type music as well. I've seen a lot of you guys comment that genre in my last video, and it's just interesting to see that I kind of brought that into my life. I just thought that was really cool to mention because it's like, wow, things can really go that far when you switch up that one thing in your life. And me switching up my music sense brought certain things that I wanted into my life because I'm matching that kind of frequency, I guess. So if you are in the Atlanta area on this journey, follow me on Instagram. I post a lot about the EDM House Music Club now, so you'll be able to have a good time and keep your frequencies high. This wraps up my 2-week update. Again, I'm doing this for a month straight, and I'll be updating you guys each week on what has changed for me. If you're on this journey, comment below. Let us know what has changed for you this far. Here is the
So her name is the Dime Jackson on TikTok, but she said she did a journey. Her journey for a month straight is to only listen to jazz music and classical and jazz music. That's it. With little to no words in it, just nothing but sound and stuff like that. And she said in 2 weeks, it changed. It changed the way she moved. It changed her thought process, everything. So I'm actually gonna do that challenge also. And see, that's the thing I like about social media also. You can just run up on these new ideas and it can inspire you. So I had to show y'all. I'm like, man, let me go live and just to see if anybody else want to do it. Just change the music you listen to for a month. Every day, you listen to jazz, listen to classical music, and see what they do for you. That's true. I like these types of music, and different music does make you feel differently. I love opera music. Okay, Jonathan Antoine. Okay, let me screenshot that. Appreciate you. Forehead Kiss. Appreciate you. I like that name. All this new stuff is horrible. It's horrible. Denise Royal is horrible, bro. Like, it's horrible. I gotta try it now. Yeah, that's why I went live. She said it's a video said 2-week update of brainwashing myself. And like I say, she going a whole month and all she listening to is jazz music and classical music. That's it. And she said it's in 2 weeks, it changed her whole, like she more positive. It just changed the way she moved, the way she think, everything. I'm definitely going to do that. Yes, that's why I went live, man, because I'm learning on this semen retention journey that you get new ideas. So you never bored. You really never bored. I think you only bored in life when you just doing the same thing over and over. You doing the same bad habits over and over. You know you should do better, but you're so comfortable with it. And you think if you stop, you think nobody gonna like you. You think you think you'll be lame. You just think you won't be the same you. But in life, you gotta evolve. It's just like the seasons. You have to keep evolving. You have to keep shedding those leaves and getting new leaves. Like, you have to keep evolving. You have to adjust to what's new. Check out Mozart, Beethoven. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that reminder though. I know about Mozart and Beethoven, but I still like that reminder. So thank you, A guy. Oh my, bruh. Hold on, Q. I was eating just now. Hold on. I watch. That's all I watch is Miles Davis interviews. That's all I watch. His interviews is like life lessons. You can watch his interviews on YouTube. It's life lessons. I'm down. I'm down. It's a good look. Yeah, it's a great experience to learn the history of Black America. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about that too. There's a reason that white people put so much state into. It's a reason why because it controls the people. I'm telling you, it controls the people. It controls the people, man. It's the music, man. They got me wanting to make a damn jazz album for real, just to put some good music out in the atmosphere, you know. As nears, let's pray together and you strengthen your faith. Hey, I appreciate you, Isaiah. Thank you for that. Good change is a great change. Facts. I'm happy for you. I always say that men that control their sex drive or the forehead kisses. I'm telling you, I wake up every day. Well, really at night, it's hard to go to sleep, you know, because, you know, it's just hard to go to sleep sometimes. But I'm in the bed early. I'm up early. And when I get up, I'm naturally happy. Like, naturally happy. Now I might have a few thoughts that be like, damn, I want her so bad. But I just go work out. That's it. If I think about a woman that I want so bad, or that I want back, I go work out. I go work out. I do some squats. I do some jump roping. Do some push-ups. Then I can go live. You know, that's my day. The oldies are still fire. Facts. Cafe class. Look at that, bro. See, that's why I really love y'all, bro. I really going live has become fun to me now because it's like I get to communicate with my people every day when I'm not doing a video, you know. So hey, man, I love y'all for that. Have you heard of Black Violence, Ken? Nope, but I have now. Thank you, Cynthia. Ken Ford. Thank you. Everything is in words and frequencies. Never forget God spoke everything. Richard, that's facts. That's facts. I'm just a hip hop head. I'm a rapper, but the musical diverse too. Okay, Q. Okay, okay. That right, bro. Can't be living to you can't, man. You can't because stack. This what I learned. When you living to please people, they never pleased. You can do exactly what they want, and they'll switch it up on you. So you know what you gotta say? You gotta say fuck it. You gotta say fuck it and live your life. I'm telling you, and excuse my, you know, my language, but you have to say fuck it because you can't satisfy everybody, man. You can't. You have to live for you. So if you feel like you have to evolve, you gotta evolve. Keep up the good work. Watch Safari on Time to Revive the Original. I'm telling you, it's time. It's time. It's really time. The drum sound is the healing music. It is. They knew this. And they knew this. They knew all this stuff, bruh. And they took all that away and added this fake sound. Soothing music is great for our aura and the facts. We must bring the love frequency back to the universe. That's true. We got to, man, because I'm about to say something that's going to remind y'all so much. You know, like I say, I grew up, I was a teenager in the early 2000s. You know, in 2000, I was 10 years old. 2005, that was my favorite year. I was 15 years old. You know, that's one of my favorite years as a teenager. And if you know why, you know why. That's all I'm going to say. If I told you why 2005 was my favorite year, y'all probably know why. But that was the year I discovered, how can I put this? The bumblebees, whatever, you know. That was the year of the bumblebee. You know, Afrobeats good too. Okay, let me Synthetic, exactly, Denise, exactly. But 2005, I was 15. That was the year. It's like I started having a lot of first experiences in 2005, and like we had some good music. But who remember? Because this kind of ended when I was in school. I think it ended my senior year for like the whole world. But who remember going to high school dances or middle school dances and everybody was slow dancing? And slow dancing was so important because that Monday everybody coming to school and they talking about who you was slow dancing with. Who remember slow dancing, bro? If you remember slow dancing, put an 8 in the chat. Cause I think it ended after I left high school. Cause in high school we kind of still, I don't know. I think in 10th grade we stopped. But if you remember slow dancing, put an 8 in the chat. See? It was the best time. Cause you get that slow dance with that one girl you been wanting, man. All your boys giving you high fives and dapping you up behind her back. Like, yeah, yeah. What year was that? 2008. So I think after 2008, I think a lot of stuff changed. 2005, I turned 30. I was 15, man. That's when, bruh, that's when I started. That's when that's when life started for me. just put that out. With the Selby's some fasting and prayer with strength. That's true. Rastafari, that's true. It was cute and innocent. We had fun. Yeah. I danced at prom with my crush 2000. Man, and that's some stuff you'll never forget. You will never forget a slow dance. Especially with somebody you was really into, you know, at that time. Your homeboys giving you, daps behind your back. It's just like that movie, bro. I'm telling you. One of my favorite movies is what's that damn movie? It was in Inglewood. Uh Somebody, it started with a C. I know it started with a C. It's based in Inglewood, California. It started with a C. Not a C, but it started with W. The Wood, yeah. My favorite movie, man. That's how high school and middle school was. It was just like the movie The Wood. The same way. It was just like that. Whoever wrote that movie, created that, they did great. Dude was like, what page 15 on? What page 15 on? Oh nine, they were doing something else. Yeah, like after I left high school, slow dancing stopped, bro. Slow dancing was a major key, bro, because we about to see who you dancing with. We about to see what girl you got, and it was just so. They need to bring that back, man. They need to bring it back. Oh nine, they were doing something else. You remember Freak League? Hell yeah. The pep rallies, all that shit. Remember the movie Inkwell? I don't know. I haven't heard. I probably saw it. I saw so many movies. Derek. I saw so many movies. Best slow dance scene is Tom Petty's music video for Mary Jane. He's dancing with Mary Jane's corpse on the beach. I gotta hold on. Let me. Man, So the frequency. So that's why back in the day, like we had fights at parties and stuff like that, but it wasn't no parties getting shot up because they go end the night with a slow song. And unless you a serial killer, you're not coming through no party and shooting up on the slow song on Luther Vandross, on Trey Songz, on Usher. You not shooting up no party on the slow song unless you a serial killer, dog. You gotta be a serial killer. If you go shoot up the song on Jeremiah, if you go shoot up the song on Trey Songz, on Pretty Ricky, hey, you sick in the head, bro. You are sick in the head, dog. If you go shoot up the song on Gladys Knight, you sick in the head. Oh man, Denise, let me tell you. Hold on. Story time. Like I told y'all, '05 was my, was it '05? The summer of, no, '04. I was still a virgin. '04, I was still a virgin. But I went to my first house party. And at the time, this girl who would later on become my girlfriend, she had a boyfriend at the time, you know, and she was a little older than me, but she still, how we all be young, she still liked me and shit like that. So it was all that flirting stuff, and the house party was so, it wasn't no fighting, bruh. Everybody was just trying to talk to girls, bruh. That's it. And you had a mixture of rap music, like some Boosie. You had some BG. You had a mixture of rap music and a mixture of R&B, because we didn't just want to be up in there listening to rap music the whole time. It was a mixture, you know. And the house parties, man, amazing, bro. Amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. You got that right. How you gang banging on? Exactly. You gotta be sick in the head to gang bang on Patti LaBelle, Luther Vandross, Whitney Houston. Like, no. First of all, tell me the years y'all graduated high school. Tell me the years y'all graduated high school. I want to know that, because as I got older, I learned that the only thing that separates us is the year we was born. And you was born before your nephew or something like that. But it's nothing new under the sun. Everything we go through, our nephews going through, our daughters going through. 93, 94, 79, '06, '07. Okay. 97. Back down memory. Oh, that's my song, man. Matter of fact, Alexa, play Back Down Memory Lane. Matter of fact, '09, 93, baby boom was 93. I was 3 years old. '09, I stumbled on a, huh, bro? Mm. Mm. A lot of people have lost their life because of this music. That's true, Tracy. That's true. That's why we gotta, like, as content creators, we have to start being the bold ones to say, we done with this trash ass music. It's over now. Look, 2012. Okay, you're still a baby. No, baby boy, 93 trendsetters. Hey, shout out to the '90s, man. Y'all had great music, man. Shout out to the '90s. I can't hate. I can't hate. I be listening to blues and old school. Man, Denise, that's all I listen to. And that old gospel, even though I don't go to church like that, that old Kirk Franklin, that old Fred Hammond, man, come on. You can't lose with that. At least it gives you positive energy. That's what I'm going to say. At least it gives you that energy that you need. Alexa, pause. We'll get back to that. Like I say, people can say whatever they want about, because I just don't trust a lot of pastors and stuff, because I feel like they be stealing from our people. But people can say whatever they want to say about gospel music, but that old gospel music, it's going to put you in a good mood. That's what I can say. That old Kirk Franklin, people can say what they want to say about him, and I said some stuff about him too, because he don't speak on what's going on in today's world. But I cut him a little slack because he did make some music that probably saved lives, bro. He did make some music that probably saved some people from deleting themselves. He made music that, people was going through stuff. They turned him on. Okay, I can get through the day. I can make it to tomorrow. So I come a little slack, bro, because his music did save lives, bro. Fred Hammond, his music did save lives, bro. You can't tell me his music didn't save lives. Nothing like it in the world. Yeah, nothing like it. Nothing like it. But let's move on. So we got the challenge for a whole month. Listen to some jazz music. But we go here. Okay, let's go to her. And her channel is the Solar Authority. TikTok. And hold on. To my people who don't have TikTok, I advise you to get a TikTok account because we know that China owns TikTok. So gets a lot of stuff that they put on TikTok, we can't put it on YouTube or Instagram and stuff like that. For on TikTok, it's all free game. So if you don't have a TikTok account, create one. Because it's so much that you can learn. I'm telling you. That's why I say, like in life, you really have to adjust. But TikTok, you can really learn a lot. It's some BS on there too, but it all depends on your algorithm, you know? It grounds you. Facts. It grounds you. That's facts. She knew she was dying of breast cancer. Yeah, Derek. Yep. She knew she was dying of breast cancer. At first, everybody thought that song was about, a lover or something, but she was dying. And she was only like 31. She was young as hell. Damn. Kirk Franklin. Yep. I was born in 65. That's the year my uncle was born. Y'all had the best cars. The 60s, the 70s. Y'all had the best cars. I got a 68 Mustang, bro. Like, until my car is done, I don't want no modern cars. The only modern car I get probably is a 2016 or a 2025 Toyota, bro, Camry. Because a Camry, to me, is like the best car that lasts long. A Honda or a Toyota. But the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, even the 90s, bro, y'all had some great cars, man. Like, y'all had the real cars. Now we got plastic shit. It's not fair, bro. It's not fair. 75. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all had the great music too. Damn, how y'all had all the great stuff? You had the great cars, the great music. Like, how y'all had all the great stuff, bro? But early 2000, I ain't gonna lie, we had some great music too, so I can't be happy for that. I grew up in a time in my teenage years where we had some great music. Quite education. Appreciate you, Laura. 1950. Hold on, Laura. You graduated in 59? I graduated 2012, and we had the last of the house parties. And yeah, I believe that, Nike. I believe that. Antique cars. Yep. Camry, huh? Yeah. Toyota. If you want a car that lasts forever, that lasts a long time, get you a Toyota or a Honda, and this go last. Long as you keep the oil change, and sometimes you don't have to get an oil change. For some reason, a Toyota still gonna move, but if you take care of it, they last forever, bro. My favorite car, modern car, was a 2016 Toyota Camry. One of my favorite modern cars. And when you get inside of it, everybody liked it, you know. Real metal and steel. That's true. Yes, we did. Life was great. Yep. The 99 oh yeah. I'm happy for my time being a teenager because it was a great time before social media. I lived, I got to have my fun before social media. So I know what it feels like we don't have no cell phones and we just ride our bikes 30 miles away from the house. Mom don't know where you at. And I told people, look, like the reason why I can live around Bourbon and not be hyped up to party every day. Because like I say, if you move to New Orleans and you live anywhere near the party size and stuff, you gotta be disciplined. But when I was 15, my cousin used to take me, because we look alike, he used to take me to the club and it was an open window. When he got in, he used to pass me his ID and he passed me his ID and I'll go in. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all the whole story. Y'all gonna laugh at me. One time we went This is the first time we went. He took me, and I was 15 in the club on Bourbon Street, and it was this girl. She was 23. She was 23 years old, bro. You know, I ain't telling my age nothing like that, but she probably thought I was 18, something like that. But we was dancing. I'm like, oh my God. I fell in love the first night. I fell in love, bruh. She gave me her phone number, but I think she gave me the right number, but I think she had like a boyfriend or something. And like, my my duck ass, you know, at 15, you don't know no better, man. You meet a girl who's 23, I'm like, oh my God. So she gave me a number the next morning, because my cousin said, bro, don't call her the same night. Call her next day. So I call her the next day, we talking, but she could tell the whole time I'm just young as hell. So, bruh, I'm telling you, I had a life. Yes. And then, you know, and I'm thankful for my cousin because, like, you know, I met my cousin again when we was at the family reunion uh, in July last month, and we chopped it up. And he was like, "Man, I don't know if I should have took you." I was like, "Bruh, thank you for doing that because now in my 30s, I'm not chasing the club. Like I did that already. So like I was 15, so I had a hungover, but my mom she wanted me to drive because like she was teaching me how to drive with her. She wanted me to drive back home while she goes to sleep. But she didn't know I had a hangover. So that's when I learned how to drive because I had to focus. I couldn't tell I had a hangover. So I had to focus so hard on the road, bro. Oh man. That taught me how to drive. That's why I probably was so good at driving trucks for 10 years and not getting no accidents. Salute to my guy. What's Poppy? Shiny What's Poppy? She a cool. Oh man, she was. I still remember her face. Wherever you are, I still love you. I fell in love that night, man. I fell in love that night, dog. Whoever she is, I still love you. Oh, bruh. Life experiment. I'm telling you, Q, that's true. That's why. Who said that? Lord. That's why. Because that day, my mom picked me up from my cousin's house, and she said, "No, you driving." And I had a whole hangover, dog. I had a whole hangover, and somehow you know, I forced my brain to not swerve. It is my first time having a hangover. Like, man, calling on fast and Mondays and Wednesday from 12 a.m. Hey, I like that, Rastafari. Yeah, y'all, it was a trip. But like I say, I saw my cousin because we still talk to each other online, but he got a family now and stuff like that. But and he was like, "Man, I don't know if I should have took you down there on Bourbon when we used to go." I'm like, "Bruh, no, thank you for doing that because now I can live I can live around Bourbon and still make a YouTube video. I've been in my own world now because I was on Bourbon at 15. I was on Bourbon at 15, dog. Shout out to you on my channel. How I shout you out on my channel on video about Streets and Trucker. You are amazing. Okay, let me subscribe to your channel. I got you. Tommy Bites Homestead. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I remember chilling on Hollywood and Vine and out in clubs at the age my brother was a club. I'm telling you, being exposed to stuff like that at a young age, when you're in your 30s, you can really lock in on life. Like I can hear all this music happen outside of my crib now, today, and I can still work on a YouTube video. I can still go live. While the Saints playing and people on Bourbon getting drunk out of their brains, I can still focus. And I told my cousin, I said, bruh, I don't know what made you come get me to go party with you, bruh. But whatever it was, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I told him that because he said, man, I don't know if I should have done that because like now he real, I ain't say he real religious, but like he's spiritual, and you know, I appreciate my cousin for that, man. Don't perceive the breath. Because he took me outside for real, and I was always the youngest, you know, around them. Thou perceive the breath of the earth declared Isaiah facts. Them cougars are man, but I don't think she probably thought I was 18, 19, something like that, you know. But I danced with her. I still to this day I remember her face. I remember her face. She was dark skinned, pretty, and somebody. And you know how when you 15 and you in the club or something, and somebody just handed me a drink. Like I didn't know where this shit probably was dangerous as hell. I didn't know where it came from. All of a sudden, I just had a drink in my hand. I'm like, what the fuck? I already know New Orleans is crazy. Oh yeah, it was before Katrina hit, and it still is. You just gotta know people from the city, you know, or people that know the city, you know. But a lot of gentrification going on. But that's like in the French quarters and stuff like that. I can party on my own. I'm not lonely, but hey, I like that. We all been there, bro. They always think we older than we really are. She might find you now, man. I remember I had some G Nikes on. I had my Air Force Ones. Y'all remember that song? Get the stomping in my Air Force Ones. That's what that song was. That song was hot. And I had some Air Force Ones on. I remember they was all white. Oh, yeah, old New Orleans, man. It was a good time. It was a good time. But let's just know.
I'm the same exact way with jazz. And you want to know why? Jazz is a slept on portal. Jazz is a slept on healing portal. And jazz is slept on for manifestation. An elder of mine, like an old head of mine, like years ago, told me to listen to jazz to heal. And like a lot of stuff going on, and it worked. Like,
Y'all heard her? And like I say, growing up in New Orleans, growing up in Louisiana, period, man, music is important. And like I say, you move away. Sometimes you get away from that. You get away from it. But jazz music is healing. It's healing. So hold on, let me let her finish first.
it really worked. And there's by like no
Air Force
mistake
Ones.
that jazz is incorporated with like a whole bunch of different instruments. And
I see you time. My husband is 7 years younger, and I still have more engines than him. Must be his truck, and I'm telling you, the audio is static. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all put an 8 in the chat? If y'all can hear me. Put an 8 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. Yolanda, what's popping too? What's popping? Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, perfect. All right.
you know, sometimes we just hone in on that one and you listen to it again, it's that other. It's because, and there's no lyrics, it's because we're supposed to paint it with our own traumas, our own life, you know, our own experiences. I really do love jazz also. I will just sit. Actually, I think that's what I'm about to do this morning. And it's made for us, the frequency in it makes us think as well. So I know that's right, family. I'm the same exact way with jazz. And you want to know why? Jazz is a slept on portal. Jazz is a slept on healing portal. And jazz is slept on for manifestation. An
Okay,
elder.
we heard it. Yeah, so we got to get back to things that can heal you naturally. Jazz music is sexy and spiritual. It's love. Exactly. What else? Let's see. Oh yeah.
Saying the 808 exists in the lowest chakra of your body. The majority of content that's related to the 808 is killer or sexual content. The original 808s was even off pitch. So that means it's an actual sound in the track that you don't realize is there that is up your entire frequency.
Oh, he's
Okay,
blocked.
so I have to admit, sometimes I think Kanye's rantings, he's completely batshit crazy. But this time, he is absolutely right. So what Kanye is talking about is what I discussed in my last couple
Yep.
of videos about the subconscious mind and how much it runs our life.
Facts, Derek.
As well as when you have a spiritual awakening, you're actually raising your physical body's frequency. The music industry has known for decades about how influential music is in our lives and the power of frequency. In fact, the musical standard used to be at 432 hertz. This was the perfect musical frequency because it's aligned with Mother Earth at 8 hertz, which is called the Schumann resonance. And it's also tied to the golden ratio and
Facts.
mathematically consistent with patterns of the universe. The Rockefeller Institute was responsible for changing this musical standard to 440 hertz. Some believe 440 hertz actually causes disease, disharmony, keeps you in your third eye chakra, which is in your mind, and keeps you a prisoner of a certain consciousness. We all witnessed what happened at the Travis Scott concert. Many concert goers complained of listening to low vibrational music all day long and then feeling nauseous, dizzy, disorientated. So do you believe the music industry is purposely trying to inhibit our spiritual awakenings? Let me know your thoughts below.
And her channel is called The Healing Temple of Light. That's her TikTok account. The Healing Temple of Light. But yeah, y'all, like, they doing all this on purpose. They create music to make the younger people commit crimes. Then they go to jail, and then guess who gets paid? The record labels get paid, and the people that own the prisons. It's all a game. It's all a game, bro. Yeah, Kanye, like I say, nobody is perfect. Nobody is like perfect, but he's far from crazy. Like he's far from crazy, but nobody perfect. Kanye should have done it in a way where it didn't get him. Yeah, Denise, I agree with that. But I feel like once your mom died and you already too deep into this industry, it's like, damn. Do you have kids for the person you have kids for? It's like you just crashing out, man. But a lot of stuff he say is real. So, but I do appreciate y'all for joining us live. This was a great live, man. I gotta eat this food and go shower because I did work out before this live. So, but I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna start talking about different topics when I go live. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow, but when I go live, I'm gonna start talking about topics of, what we can do to like change little stuff in our life, because it's really the little things in your life. Fasting, the music, the things you eat, the people you talk to, what you listen to. Even listen to some YouTubers, like certain YouTubers that's always beefing or always negative to other YouTubers or just always mad. Bro, you gotta stop listening to that shit. I stopped. That's why when people send me videos of somebody talking about me, I don't watch it. Why would I watch somebody talking about me in a negative way? I don't want to watch that. I don't want that in my brain. I don't want that in my thoughts. So you gotta be careful with everything. And we not perfect, Sometimes we could listen to some rap music. We just not perfect, but we can do better, because when you know better, you do better. You feel me? Music is healing. Quietness is needed. Facts. Time to listen. Facts. Uplifting and increasing your life. Denise, I appreciate you. That's facts. Big Indian vibes. What's popping, Lord? Nayo, Confidence. What's popping? Isaiah, God bless you. Appreciate you. Keep going up. Appreciate you, Q. But I appreciate all y'all. Thank y'all for catching the live. Tomorrow, I will drop a video after I shower. I'm about to work on that today. And I'm out.